I knew I fell in love with her on day 2 when she told me that she had a butterfly tattoo and also enjoyed bike riding. Netflix's new show, Love is Blind, is sensationalist. It's a bit garbage, and I'm sure it's trash TV that many love to watch. The problem is there are these takeaways that people are taking from the show about falling in love and building emotional connection. That's total garbage. And if you believe it and if you try to apply it in your own dating life, you're gonna end up with a guy who's not a good fit for you. In this video, I wanna break it down. I wanna show you what not to listen to, why it's wrong, but I also wanna point out a few principles that you can take away from the show that will help you to build a deep emotional connection with a man. So definitely keep watching. And if you get even just a tinge, just a little bit of value from this video, I would appreciate it if you hit that red subscribe button so you get notified, and it would just help me out. So thank you so much. Now let's jump right into it. Now, at the baseline, the show is a new Netflix show. It's a reality show where there's men and women who get together in these pods. They can't see each other and they talk to one another. And they have like 30 days before they get engaged. And within a few days, these people are literally getting engaged. They're crying, they're opening up. You may want to watch it. You might find it interesting. I just want to say as a foundation, before I even get into it, that love is not blind. All right, attraction is a baseline. Physical attraction is quite necessary.
I know. Have y'all done the deed?
We haven't.
Okay.
I mean, Kenny is an attractive guy, but how he looks is not my typical guy. My eyes always went to brunettes. I just personally am not as physically attracted to him. I love Kenny, but he gives me that best friend vibe.
Is it possible to fall in love without seeing one another? I'm sure it is. There's lots of anomalies in the world, but ultimately, that's just the baseline. But that's not really what forms a healthy, lifelong relationship. Physical attraction, just the baseline. What the bigger issue is that love doesn't happen in 30 days. It just doesn't. And I want to go through why you should be careful to fall head over heels with someone instantly. First of all, you'll never know enough about the person within 30 days. You won't know about their hidden secrets. No one's going to admit hidden secrets in the first 30 days. And if they do, then something is wrong with that person. They are like oversharing, and unless they don't care and you can say it to anyone, they'll tweet about it. But a deep, dark secret that someone has that you might want to know about probably won't come up, if ever, until much later.
Disclose information that I'm not ready for somebody. Nobody has ever had an issue with it except you. You're this person. Okay, good. I you like that.
I don't care.
I ain't. You're not the one. Your ring back. I don't give a about a ring. A ring.
People don't want to be judged. Bottom line, they're putting their best foot forward. So it takes time to really get to know someone, to build up that trust, to be in vulnerable situations with another where you discover things about them, to find incongruencies in the things they tell you, and to start asking probing questions and learning more about them and realizing things. That takes time. That's just number one. Number two, they might have some trauma, whether it's, a physical trauma or emotional trauma. And maybe they tell you about the event or the occurrence. Maybe you know about that, but you don't know how that trauma shows up in our life. Because humans, we're illogical, period. We are emotional beings, and we hold trauma inside of our bodies, inside of our minds. And that may come out at a time where you least expect it. And you're like, whoa, where did that come from? What happened there? That was unexpected. That was unlike John. I can't believe he said that or did that. Well, listen, sometimes he's just not even consciously thinking about it. He's just subconsciously reacting because he's got this trauma or this trigger inside of him. And again, that takes time. You have to have multiple experiences with someone to trigger those things and to learn to work through them. The third thing are your social circle. That's really important. Who you surround yourself with. I think there's 3 things in life that are probably most important. Where you live, who you surround yourself with, your relationships, and what you do. That's most important. And if you don't meet a guy's social circle, his friends, his network, his crew, then you really don't know a lot about him. And if he goes out with his friends and you don't get to spend time and get to know his friends, again, you don't know a lot about this guy. It is so important that you understand who your man is spending a lot of his time with. Which leads me to my next point. You don't know what sources of influence play a major role in his life. If he's watching MSNBC every single day, I promise you, NBC plays a big influence in this guy's life, in how he thinks, in how he makes decisions, in what he does. And you're not going to know all the sources of influence in his life. Could be his mom. Maybe you don't talk to him a lot about his mom, and then you're dating, and one day, all of a sudden he tells you, I got to go home. I got to go home for the next year and help my mom with something. Or I got to quit my job because my mom said, you don't know what people in his life hold the most influence or what institutions. Maybe he's a huge Harvard fan, and every time Harvard comes out with a study or report, that's his religion. If it comes from a Harvard professor, it is gospel. And again, these things take time. You have to see and learn what influences people, because most people don't even know what influences them. And I can tell you, if you are on social media all the time, you are getting influenced consistently, constantly. So that's another thing that's only learned through more experiences over a longer duration of time. And finally, their true motives. This is one of the most difficult things to know in a person, because most people are not really aware of their actual motives. Most people go through life doing things because of what they believe they will get from doing that thing. And there is just so much virtue signaling in the world. Most people do things because they think they will be seen as a good person to do that thing. It's not for their own self-centered reasons. They're doing those things because they believe that's what they have to do to be a good person. They might just be trying to impress their social circle or your parents, or they just want to be seen in some way. We all do it in some capacity. And so until you're with someone, their true motives aren't really revealed, and you really need to look for it. True motives are hard to find because everyone has this facade in front of them. When people post on social media and they say, my thoughts and prayers are with those people. Great. That's not really providing a ton of value. What it's actually doing is it's saying, hey, don't forget me. I'm just letting you know I'm here too. And it's true. They're not actually trying to help the people by posting on social media that my thoughts and prayers are with them. Do you know what value is in telling a bunch of people that you're thinking about a problem? Zero. There's zero value in that. The value is in you taking some action to help. My point with this whole thing is all of these things take time. And if you just jump in head over heels with a guy within the first 5 days and start committing and just thinking that you really know him, just understand that relationships take time. True love takes time. I love the people. I do love you. I love you people. I love all of you. I don't actually love you, but the people who say, I fell in love at first sight, I just knew. Right? The moment that I looked at them, I knew they were the one. Well, maybe you did have that intuition. I'm not saying you don't, but that's not love. Saying that you can fall in love at first sight is a disservice to what love actually means. If you walked today, you know what you love? You love your legs. If you're watching this video right now, you know what you love? You love your eyesight. I would love to see Netflix do a show which really shows people falling in love, and they're just willing to give up their legs for the other person to be with them, or their eyesight for the other person. We'll call it Legless in 30 days. Call me Netflix, I'm happy to be the host of that show. I mean, I'm kidding, but seriously, when you're with someone for years and you go through deaths and challenges and trauma and really the hard emotional work that is connected to a really healthy, happy partnership, you begin to develop love. You begin to develop commitment and connection. These things take time. These things can't happen instantly. And so as much as I'm bashing this show, and if you love it, please, by all means, watch it, have fun. You can do mindless activities for relaxing. Sometimes I like watching my dog run around in circles and bark at things because I think it's silly. That's not really adding value, but it's helpful for me to watch a crazy little Doberman run in circles. That's fun. Anyway, there are some takeaways from this show that are really important, that can help you to build true commitment. And I want to go through those right now. Now, there are a couple of principles that are really important here, because the truth is, I knew absolutely that I wanted to marry my wife after 90 days. But there's a critical piece here. I was focused not on the outcome. I didn't say, I want to marry Kathy, my wife, because she's my soulmate and because I know that we were meant to be together. The truth is, getting married for me was like jumping into the ocean. I had no idea what was going to happen. I didn't know. I was just taking a leap of faith. But the principle that I knew that Kathy really valued, I just felt it, that she valued this, was that a relationship is not about just finding someone to make you happy. That's the key. A relationship is about a commitment to the process. Building true love is realizing that you're not going to get in a relationship and just feel everlasting love. Getting into a relationship is a commitment to work together, to work through challenges, to not just have the magic bullet, fun, loving relationship, that there are going to be tough times. Listen, we got a 2-month-old baby, a 3-year-old, a 5-year-old, a crazy Doberman pinscher, and I'm stuck inside of a home with these people, and I couldn't be happier. And is it easy? No, it's not easy. Have you ever tried babysitting one kid? It's not easy. But I can tell you, when you go through these challenges with one another, when you experience pain and hardship, and you get through to the other side, you start to realize, wow, we have really grown a lot closer. And I can tell you, it's only through times of deep, intense pain that I get most reminded of how much I love my wife and how much challenge we've been, not with each other, but just with life. Life is challenging for everyone in some way, shape, or form. So that's the first takeaway here, is that true love is not this idea that I fell in love and this person is going to make me feel loved all the time. True love is built over time through a commitment to the entire process of being together, of a partnership. That's number one. Number two is that men do crave emotional connection. If you're one of those women who love to search dating advice for women on YouTube and then go into the comments and invest your time on this planet to tell everyone that men are trash, please, by all means, I would love for you to be able to do whatever you want that makes you happy. But at the end of the day, men do also crave that emotional connection. And one of the best ways to build emotional connection, as is shown in this show, is through talking and listening. Because people have a need, a deep need to be seen. People have a deep need to feel accepted and loved and appreciated. And if you can build that skill, and it is a skill, it's a muscle. Appreciation of others is a muscle that we have to practice. And if you can practice and exercise that muscle, if you can listen to a man and appreciate him and look for the diamond inside of him, some of these men on the show may have really felt that love and that connection through that acceptance.
My mom was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, so it's just some of the difficult things with my mom.
I understand. I'm really sensitive about my family too. Like sometimes I just love my family so much.
I feel the same way. Wow, gosh.
Aw, Cameron, I wish I could hug you.
And if that's something that you want, if that's something that you crave, but you have no idea how to do it, right? I don't understand men. I don't understand dating. I don't meet any quality men. And if you're looking to really change that, I just unleashed a brand new program. It is one of the coolest things that I have ever released. And it has a brand new dating strategy that actually focuses on attracting the higher value men. And these are men that all women are competing for. These are not men who are easy to attract. And I created a short presentation that reveals this strategy and also talks to you about this new program that I created. Please check it out. If you're interested, just click the link below this video. And if you have any thoughts about the show, if you disagree with me, if you want to tell me men are trash, if you're a producer and you want me to host your reality show that is based in actual reality, hit me up, send me an email. And for all of my viewers, I just want to say thank you so much. I can't tell you, it really means the world to me that I get to do what I love, that I get to explore the truths of dating and reveal the truths about men. It's one of my favorite things to do. So I really appreciate you watching these videos and commenting and liking the videos. I'm always shocked when I look and I'm like, oh my gosh, look at all these people liking the videos. It's really mind-blowing. So thank you so much and check out the presentation. I'll see you over there. Be well.